This morning I was going to be on with Marina, and we were going to talk about my Forever Young circle that I've been talking about previously. Unfortunately, poor Marina can't make it on today because the server's not been very kind to her, and it has decided to confine Marina to a silence, so she has no microphone. But anyway, I'm here and I'd like to talk to you about the Forever Young Circle. So on Tuesday, I had the great privilege of meeting some very, very wonderful people. My dear friend Marina only attracts wonderful people, so the room was absolutely full of wonderful people. And we were at the Crown Plaza at Battersea, which has the most amazing view over the Thames, for a fantastic event, Make the News, and people got up and told some absolutely fantastic stories. And I would love to share my story with you that I told, which was, well, it wasn't really a story. I just talked about what I wanted to do with the Forever Young Circle. But as I was sitting there listening to other people talking about their stories, it made me more and more excited about what my vision of the circle is, because my vision of the circle was, or is, to gather together amazing people. And let me take a step back. So I do coaching, and there's this coaching tool that you've probably come across if you've ever done any goal setting, called the Life Balance Wheel. Some people call it other names, but basically it's a circle with a hub in the middle. It's split into 8 regions, which are areas of people's lives which have been identified that, if we keep them in balance, help us to live happier, more fulfilled lives. And as I was meeting more and more amazing people throughout the last, oh goodness, 10 years, I suppose, but certainly in recent years, I've come to realise there are people in each one of these areas that are experts and have amazing things to share that can support and help other people. But that also, none of us know all of those areas. None of us are perfect in all of those areas. We all could do with some support in one of them. And occasionally it might not even be an area that we're not familiar with. So I'm sorry, I know this is moving the camera. I'm in the wellbeing sector, as many of you might know. My Forever Young brand is about skincare, but actually it's holistic based. So I talk about wellbeing generally. I talk about, what we eat, how we move, that we move rather. Things like walking, whatever. And I talk about the kinds of products we use, and I talk about the environment that we're living in, and I talk about treatments we can have. All of this all together, not just what we put on our skin. And I don't have a particular brand. I don't promote a particular brand especially. There are things I like and things that I will say to people I think are useful if they're good for their skin, but actually don't really sell anything particularly apart from my own coaching course, which is called the Journey to Youth, which is a program that I've created to help people to achieve healthier, younger looking skin. So I'm in this field, and as I've already said, I do talk about nutrition then. And throughout my years, I've been a yo-yo dieter. Having been a yo-yo dieter, I've read every diet book on the shelf, and I've tried most of the less weird diets, and I've watched countless things on TV about fitness and health and well-being. It really interests me. I'm passionate about it, but I'm still a yo-yo dieter. a couple of years ago, I was working with a coach, managed to get down to within a stone of the weight I really wanted to be, and then life happened, and I was running around, not able to kind of eat stable meals for a while, and I put on some weight. And then because things were stressful, and because I'm a comfort eater, I carried on eating. So I put on the 2 stone that I'd lost with my coach, and then I was okay because I was running the London Marathon, so I was training for it, and then I get injured. So having been injured, I then couldn't run, and I put on the stone that I'd originally lost by myself that I hadn't put back on for 10 years. So I was a mess. By this December, I was a mess, and my health was probably not as good as it could be. I'm beginning to get achy, and my sciatica's hurting me, and my foot's hurting me already from the injury. So I think to myself, well, last time I lost weight, the sciatica cleared up and other things cleared up, and I just got healthier. So I'm going back on a diet, but I don't just want to choose a diet. So I'm working with a mentor, somebody who's already done it before me, and somebody who's a consultant who knows what they're talking about. So I'm working with somebody, and luckily for me, I've already managed to drop 1.5 stone, which is fantastic, and I'm getting my health back on track. So actually, even though I know what I'm doing, and I could go away and lose the weight by myself, and I have lost weight by myself previously, actually, I know I will get better results if I work with somebody, because when I worked with somebody before, I lost 2 stone, and when I've worked with myself, I've only ever lost 1 stone because I just run out of momentum. And so when things get difficult, I know that I can pick up the phone and I can just say, I've got a fridge full of things that I would really like to eat, and I'm just phoning you up to moan about it because I'm going to go away and eat the healthy thing anyway. And having somebody there that's just kind of able to say, yeah, it's really hard and you're doing really well, and don't forget what's in it for you if you don't eat the junk. So that's me, and that's my health area, that's my health and well-being area. So I want you to think of this wheel as a tyre, and what we want is we want a nice even tread around our tyre. And my health and well-being section, when I was at my heaviest weight, was kind of dipping like this. Now this tyre's not going to roll very well like that. What we need is a nice round tyre that's going to roll well. Now it's in different layers. Now your tyre, if it's this big, is going to roll okay, but it's probably not going very far because it's got no energy in it whatsoever. So this is the kind of tyre we have at 1 or 2, and basically I think most people would be happy if we're at a sort of 7+ with most of our levels, and it will roll along nicely. But the fact is that it's unlikely that everybody's got a 10 or 12 or whatever it goes out to according to which wheel you're on. Most people, it goes dipping in and out like this. And on the bits where we've got dips, these are places where there are other experts out there that we can go to and talk to who can help us pump up that tyre and make that area better. Now, I'm not suggesting that anybody can be a 12 all around their tyre, because it takes energy. You have to put effort in to pump up that tyre to that level. So sometimes the health and well-being section will be like at the top, will be fantastic, but maybe friends and family are suffering a bit because you've spent like the last year in the gym. Well, the last 3 months in the gym, whatever it took you to get to that point where you feel that you're at 12. And don't forget, this is very subjective. They're all your levels. So for you, going out for a walk 3 times a week might be level 10 on your health and well-being. And for somebody else, they may need to spend every day in the gym, because it's about what makes you tick and what makes you happy. So also, what needs to happen is that the people you find in those areas need to be the people that you click with, that understand what you want to pump up your tyre, what you need to pump up your tyre. And anyway, so I was thinking about this, and I thought that there are people out there that can help us to achieve that, help us pump up those tyres. And as a coach, I'm all about goal setting, love goal setting, really, really good. I do it for about 3 months and then forget, and then, you know, things start going to pot. Not this year. This year I'm going to work on it. But and I'd like to invite other people to come along and join this dream of being able to share what they're really good at, and to learn from other people that are really good at the areas they're not doing so well on at the moment. And it's very much at the moment. It's a journey. You know, like I say, my well-being was really deflated. A couple of years ago, my well-being was way up there, because I was running further and faster than I've been before, and running isn't necessarily an exercise I'd recommend for everybody. I just do it because I love it and I'm a lunatic. So actually, walking is probably better for me. But you know what? I love that too. So it's all good. So a few years ago, part tyre, way up on that section. You know, other sections probably wasn't as good at. Maybe I wasn't, my self-development area probably wasn't as good. I can't remember now. But the fact is that these tyres kind of wiggle and wobble, as Will would say, wiggle and wobble through life, because it's a journey. And so I'd like to invite you on this journey. And my vision for this is that people who are expertise in all of these areas, whatever your expertise is, you'll come along, you'll join us, and I will give you a little paragraph about you. If you've got a book, there's going to be a page, a bookshop where people can come, and all your links to Amazon or where to buy your books will be on there, and people will be able to come on and buy your books. I'm going to have a book club, and we'll choose books from that list. So your books, not people's, you know, not Think and Grow Rich. He doesn't need my help or our help. He doesn't, you know. These are going to be the books that are available from our bookshop, from the people that are in the group. And so we'll have a book club, and that book club will encourage people to read the books and to talk about the books. So you get some testimonials, some feedback, and you know, maybe I'm a bit of, you know, buzz around it. I'll especially like to interview people if they've got new books, or you know, at the moment, even if it's your book that you've had for 3, 4, 5 years, you know, I'd like to interview people. So you have a little interview that will be linked through on your paragraph, and I'm going to have an archive full of trainings, and those trainings will be some things that I'm going to put on there and other people are going to put on there. But what I'm going to encourage everybody who comes along to do is to create a little piece of training, which is a small piece of real estate, which showcases what they do. So showcases your skill and encourages people to come along and watch it, decide if you're somebody that they need in their life to work with to help them to improve their lives. But the other thing that I was thinking about when I started the circle, well, before I started the circle, I was thinking about what business people need, because let's face it, most of us are entrepreneurs that are listening to this. Most people that are going to be interested in this will be entrepreneurs, people trying to build something themselves. And we all need positioning. We need a platform. So we need a place where we can be seen. We need to to be able to show people that we're professionals. We need to, sorry, excuse me, we need to be able to, sorry, I've got lost what I'm saying, but we need training, and we need to be able to showcase our skills. We need people there to support us. We need networking. There are lots of things that will help us to improve our businesses. And so what I wanted to do, networking is a huge industry out there in its own right, but a lot of the networking companies charge a lot of money to join, and then when you've joined, you've still got to go along when you go to their breakfast meetings or their evening meetings. You've still got to pay for your lunch or your meal, because the hotel they're holding it in isn't free. So they the hotel is going to charge for the breakfast and things. So people end up paying a large sum to come along, just be a member, and then they pay for their breakfast on top. So I was thinking that when they go along to those things, they have 1 minute to speak, and they can't really say much in that time. And then they just dash around grabbing cards off of everybody who's spoken. And probably by the time they get home, they've got a pile of business cards. They've forgotten who belongs to who with a lot of them. And they won't have had a proper chance to actually really get to know somebody. So I thought, if we create networking events where people can actually come along, some people will be able to do a bigger talk, and some people maybe just a small talk, or maybe that sometimes it will just be an opportunity for people to actually properly meet people and create kind of proper bonds with people. Maybe find people that we want to work with and partner with, or people that actually can help us in one of those areas. Link with people that whose business complements yours, and that you can create something much bigger with. And so that's what I think networking should be about. It shouldn't be about grabbing business cards. It should be about creating relationships. So it was the first thing. And the other thing I was thinking about was, I've recently seen quite an expensive program, which basically said it offered training, and it did. The training was good, but what you really got for your money actually was masterminding. And my experience of masterminding, and I've done it in Marina, we had some amazing masterminding sessions, and people went away from them and they built whole businesses. To see those people, they went from sitting around the kitchen table with highlighter pens and writing down what they were going to do, to it being a whole program, to them making stellar jumps in what they've done, to becoming branded. And what I'd like to do is to have a central hub, an inner circle of people who will be invited to come along and do masterminding events. And the masterminding events will probably start off being hosted by myself, and maybe, if we're lucky, Marina, because she's amazing at it. And then I think other people probably will break away and create little masterminding groups of themselves, which they will keep attending. I want to do some live ones initially, some actual get down around the kitchen table, because I find that really powerful. But also, if there are people around the country, you can do them on Google Hangouts. You can get the technology to work, because actually the important thing is to listen to each other and to give really good feedback. So that obviously those masterminds would only be an hour maybe on the internet. The ones we used to do in the day, on which I'm planning, will be day events where we come along, we really work through, spend lots of time with each person, we have lunch together, we have some fun together, and maybe do some relaxation and other things. So what I envisaged for the masterminding is that the inner circle people will be able to be invited to that. And for the inner circle people, I want to create a whole page all about them with their interview, a little video if they want to have one, links to all of their social media, all of their programs, things like that. So it tells people exactly who you are. And those people, I'd really like to be leaders and to be able to break away and create their own events as part of the circle, have their own teams of people that come along and meet them and become part of the circle as well. So we have, say, this would be the Forever Young Circle UK, and in the UK there'll be satellites of people that are doing events up and down the country. And Marina wants to take it worldwide, of course, because she's Marina. Of course, she wants to take it worldwide. So then there'll be a central hub with somebody leading that each country, and they'll have these leaders that create hubs of their own. And those people I will invite to come and talk at events. And Marina is probably going to not be very happy with me, but I'm going to say that the first 5 people who sign up and join with us, I am going to say can definitely have a place to speak at our massive event we're going to be running in the summer. So how do you join? So my idea was got so complicated here and there and everywhere. And last night, a piece of clarity, I thought, I've got a book coming out, which let's hope, because the last one went a bit awry, but I am planning and should be out by the 28th of March for the Authors Award ceremony. We need to launch it. And you can pre-order that book or buy it afterwards, and that will be your membership fee. So that if you buy the book, you become a member. But if you want to be a leader and join me and speak on stage and be part of mentoring groups and be able, if you wish, obviously, you might not want to. You might want to do the masterminding. You might want to do speaking on stage. You might not want to run your own things. That's fine, because probably you're busy enough and got your own things going on. So it's not compulsory. It's just open. But if you would like to be able to come and speak on the stage, especially the big stage, which I'm going to tell you about in a minute, then I've decided that because it was my 50th birthday last month, I'm going to charge £50 membership. So that's for the year for team leaders, and we'll see how it goes. But you will be very welcome, and of course you'll get the book in with your £50. And I'm also, for the first 20 people that sign up, I'm going to offer a coaching session with me, which is normally £50 anyway. So yeah, so I would love you to come along and join, and you can message me, and we'll as soon as the website's up, I'll get an option out for you to either pre-order the book or say, please vote to join for £50. Yeah, so now I'm going to talk to you about the summer event. Now I'm going to be holding events all year, but the summer event is going to be massive because Marina's partnering with me. So W.O.R.K.S are partnering with me and my Forever Young Circle to create an out of this world, no roof event. We're going to rent a park somewhere. Marina's got her eye on Battersea Park, but actually when I spoke to Battersea Park, they said they think it's fully booked. So never know, but maybe next year for Battersea Park if we can't get it this year. But anyway, so the idea is that my idea anyway, I don't know what Marina's idea was. She wants to invite people from all around the world to speak. My idea was that we'd have a stage or several stages, and one of the stages will be for people to speak on, and this will be where I'm inviting my first 5 people to come and they'll have a space to speak, but I think there might be spaces for other people to speak as well. So there'll be a stage for people to talk about their story, what they do. Then I'm planning on having a tent with or marquee with tables for people, for authors to come along, put their books out, and all of the authors will get a chance to speak in the authors marquee about their book and introduce people to it, and they can sign books on their tables, and will be encouraged to have banners and everything. And I want to have other tents there, so I want to encourage business people to come along and showcase their businesses, local businesses, big businesses, whatever. So people could come along and do that. I'd like to have a therapy lounge for people to come to. So if you're in the health and wellbeing section, you could have something going on in the therapy lounge and for people to come along, learn about the kind of wellbeing that you offer. And maybe I'd love to offer some live entertainment. I know it's a bit more complicated to sort out because I've never done stuff like this, but Marina has, and she knows what she's doing, so I trust her. So this is my vision, to have live entertainment, people speaking, a VIP lounge for people that are in the inner circle, and those people will be able to, we'll have food and champagne and diddly did. And so yeah, the VIP lounge, I'll probably try and get some special stuff going on, maybe some private entertainment, and that sounded wrong. But I will chime in, maybe somebody singing just in there or something like that, maybe music, and I don't know, maybe some Indian head massages going on. I don't know. Anyway, so we'll plan something amazing for the VIP lounge, and yeah, exciting things for kids to join in. So it'll be a whole family affair, and opportunities for local charity or charitable organisations that do good stuff in the area, to have the opportunity to showcase themselves as well. And I am hoping that I'll be able to create that area so those people could come along without paying, maybe doing some swappages. Maybe scouts are really good at marquees, so maybe if we can talk to the local scouts and get some marquees, something like that, and do swaps on those. And yeah, so this is my vision for the summer, and I'm sure Marina's got many more things that she's going to add. Food, I forgot, there'll be a food area, because we can't spend a whole day somewhere without food, can we? And I'm really looking forward to it. I'm very excited, and I hope I've been able to give you an nth degree of what I have in mind for this, because I do want it to really help showcase people and bring people together, because I really believe that a high tide raises all ships, and that we can all, even though we're in little separate boats, all going our own way, that actually we can all help each other. We can throw each other lifelines, and we can show each other which way the wind's blowing, to get the very best from things, and to help create a better world, actually, because why not? Anyway, love you all, and thank you for listening, and this has been your Forever Young host, wherever you are in the world. Goodbye.